Hello everyone. Welcome back to God's Word Daily Channel. Today, I invite you to listen to Story 6, God's Rainbow Covenant. First, please share, like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you everyone. After the waters of the great flood receded, the world had been washed clean. The earth, once scarred by human sin and violence, now shimmered with new life. Every leaf, every blade of grass, and every drop of water glistened under the morning sun. Nature seemed to breathe a sigh of relief, and the air was filled with a quiet hope, soft and pure, as if the world itself had been reborn. Noah and his family stepped out of the ark, their feet sinking into the soft, fragrant soil. Around them, animals roamed freely, exploring the renewed earth. Birds took flight, their songs echoing across the valleys, mingling with the gentle murmur of streams. The family looked upon the land, overwhelmed with awe and gratitude, feeling the weight of survival and the gift of life. They had witnessed the power of God's judgment, yet also His mercy, and the memory of the flood remained vivid in their hearts. In this new beginning, God spoke to Noah once more. His voice was gentle, yet carried the authority of eternity. Behold, the earth will never again be destroyed by flood. I set a sign of my covenant in the heavens, a reminder for all generations to come. Noah looked up, and as if answering God's words, a shimmering arch of colors appeared across the sky. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet stretched from horizon to horizon, a rainbow, brilliant and full of life. The sight stirred awe within Noah and his family. It was not merely a symbol of beauty, it was a promise etched into the heavens, a sign of God's unwavering commitment to creation. The rainbow represented more than the end of the flood. It was a covenant, a divine agreement between God and all living creatures. It promised that no matter how deeply humanity might stray, God's love and mercy would endure. The rainbow also reminded humanity of responsibility, to care for the earth, to honor life, and to live according to the principles of righteousness. It was both a comfort and a challenge, a sign of hope and a call to faithful living. Noah marveled at the spectrum of colors, each band vivid against the fading storm clouds. He thought of the past, the chaos, the loss, the judgment, and the future. Filled with possibility, the rainbow was a bridge between destruction and renewal, between despair and hope. It told the story of God's justice tempered with mercy, His wrath balanced by love, and His power directed toward preservation rather than mere punishment. As Noah and his family knelt in reverent silence, the rainbow became a living lesson. It taught patience, faith, and the importance of obedience. It reminded them that human choices carry consequences, yet even after the gravest mistakes, there is an opportunity for restoration. It was a promise not only to Noah but to every generation that would walk the earth, that life is precious, that mercy is eternal, and that the covenant between God and His creation would endure forever. As the rainbow arched gracefully across the sky, Noah and his family stood in awe. Its colors were vivid, almost surreal, red like the fire of life, orange like the warmth of the sun, yellow like the promise of new beginnings, green like the fertile earth, blue like calm waters, indigo like the depth of faith, and violet like the eternal mystery of God. Each hue spoke silently to the heart, conveying messages that words could scarcely capture. Noah turned to his sons and their wives. "This rainbow," he said softly, "is not only God's promise but also our responsibility. We are called to honor life, care for creation, and live righteously. The covenant is both a gift and a charge." His voice, though calm, carried the weight of divine truth. They listened, absorbing each word with reverence, understanding that this moment marked a turning point, not only for themselves but for all of humanity. Over the coming days, Noah and his family set out to rebuild the world. They planted crops, tended the soil, and nurtured the animals that had survived the flood. Each action became an expression of faith, a dedication to life, and a celebration of God's mercy. The rainbow hovered in the sky as a constant reminder, a celestial banner that guided their hearts and decisions. Word of the flood and the covenant spread slowly to distant lands. Carried by those who survived and passed down through generations, people began to understand that life was fragile, that actions had consequences, and that obedience to God brought protection and hope. The rainbow became a universal symbol, a beacon for all cultures that witnessed it, teaching lessons of faith, resilience, and divine promise. Noah would often stand by the ark, looking up at the sky where the rainbow appeared after every storm. Reflecting on the journey, each time it appeared, he remembered the trials, the trust, and the unwavering guidance of God. The rainbow was not a one-time miracle but a recurring testament to the enduring relationship between Creator and creation. It was a bridge between heaven and earth, connecting the divine and mortal in a visible, timeless sign. And so, life flourished once more, humans learned to live with awareness, animals roamed freely, and the earth, though forever changed by the flood, thrived anew. The rainbow shone as a reminder that even after judgment, there is hope. Even after loss, there is renewal. The covenant was eternal, a promise that God's love and mercy would never falter, no matter how challenging the path of humanity might become. Noah and his family knew that their role was not just survival but stewardship. They became teachers, guides, and examples of obedience, faith, and love. The rainbow watched over them, a daily reminder that God's covenant extended to all living beings, a call to care, honor, and preserve the beauty of the world. Thus ended the story of the rainbow, a tale of divine mercy, eternal promise, and human responsibility. It was a story that transcended generations, inspiring hearts to hope, act wisely, and trust in the everlasting covenant between God and all creation. The story of Noah and the rainbow teaches profound lessons that echo across generations. First and foremost, it is a lesson about God's mercy and faithfulness. Despite humanity's failures and the great flood that washed away so much of the old world, God provided a second chance. The rainbow became a symbol of his promise, not only to Noah and his family but to all living beings, that life would continue and that divine love endures, even in the face of human shortcomings. Secondly, the rainbow reminds us of the importance of obedience and faith. Noah's unwavering trust in God allowed him to survive the flood and ensure the continuation of life. His example shows that even when the path is unclear, faith and dedication to righteousness can guide us through the most overwhelming challenges. Obedience to divine guidance is not merely a duty, it is a safeguard and a source of hope in an uncertain world. Another lesson from this story is about responsibility and stewardship. The covenant symbolized by the rainbow carries an implicit charge. Humanity is entrusted with the care of the earth and all creatures within it. God's mercy is not a free pass to act carelessly, it is a call to honor creation, protect life, and live with awareness of the consequences of our choices. Each decision we make impacts the world around us, just as Noah's actions preserved life during the flood. The rainbow also teaches about hope and renewal. Even after destruction and devastation, there is the possibility of a fresh start. Life can begin anew, and mistakes or failures are not the end if one chooses to learn, rebuild, and live with purpose. The rainbow is a visual promise that no matter how dire the circumstances, hope remains, a bridge connecting despair to new beginnings. Finally, the story underscores the eternal connection between God and creation. The rainbow is not just a natural phenomenon, it is a covenant, a sacred bond between the Creator and all living beings. It reminds humanity that divine love is constant, that mercy outweighs judgment, and that we are never alone in our journey. It is a lesson in humility, gratitude, and reverence for the sacred trust of life. In essence, the rainbow is a living symbol of balance, between justice and mercy, between judgment and compassion, and between responsibility and freedom. By reflecting on this story, we learn to live with faith, hope, and love, honoring the covenant and embracing our role as stewards of the world. It is a timeless lesson, reminding every generation that God's promise endures, and with it, the chance to live righteously, care for creation, and cherish the gift of life.
Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel to watch the next video.